Hi guys, it's Patty with Patty's Paper Designs. How are you this evening? Well, I don't know if it's evening where you are, but it is evening where I am. And again, I forgot my watch, so we're just going to have to judge our time today. And again, I forgot to turn on my light, so let me go ahead and do that real quick. So how are all of you? Doing well, I hope. I'm doing pretty good. Been busy in my craft room, fooling around with a couple of different things here. The Margarete Miller Challenge for 2024 and the Roxy's Weekly Challenge for 2024 is what we're going to do today. So I was trying to figure out where to put my Margarete Miller collage, and I found this here journal that I really hadn't done anything in. So I counted the pages. I've got oh, I did do some little doodling there. I don't know when I did that, but I tore out half of the pages. And this book is sewn in. So, as you can see, I think you can see there where it's sewn in. So I tore out one page over here and then one page over here and alternated back and forth that way. So, I think we have enough for the entire year. If I counted correctly, we do. And then, so we're going to start with week 1. And I've got a few things here that I've gotten ready. I'm going to try and not, last year when I did these, I would, well, I had a spiral bound book, but I would completely cover both pages. And I'm not going to necessarily do that each time this year because I don't know how this book is going to hold up to all of the stuff that I'm going to be putting in here. So my main goal is to get in the stuff I'm supposed to have. Let's go ahead and work on gluing this page in. This page, we're supposed to be having something associated with water, a portion of a poem or song you enjoy, patterned paper, something that's usually kept cold, a light shade of blue, and I can have a bonus as an unusual symbol or shape. Well, I didn't choose that because I got everything else. Except after I chose my patterned paper, I decided that probably what they meant with what she meant by pattern paper was like a sewing pattern, and I did not use a sewing pattern piece of paper. I used a piece of paper that had a polka dot pattern. So, and that's also my something with blue. And it also is from, I thought it was appropriate because it's a piece of paper from the little ladies that I'm working on. And I'm going to put that down here, right over here. And I don't remember if I inked things last year when I did this. But I inked for this week. I don't know if I'll continue doing that each week or not. I think I'll probably do a combination of things. So we got that page, that piece down. And I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to put, this is my receipt. Did say a receipt, right? No, it didn't. Something associated water, a portion of a poem or song you enjoy. Pattern paper, here's the pattern, polka dot pattern paper. Something that's usually kept cold. A light shade of blue, it's also a light shade of blue. This must be on week 2. I'll save that till next week. Hopefully I have enough stuff here. Okay, so this here is from a Helen Steiner Rice poem that says, show me the way, not to fortune and fame, not how to win laurels or praise for my name, but show me the way to spread the great story that thine is the kingdom and the power and glory. So that's the little poem I chose. I think I'll put it just right down there. And this was at the bottom of that page, so I think I'm going to put that there, not for any particular reason. These here are cocktails, and they need to be kept cold, and they are actually, I mean, they're usually kept cold, and there's actually ice cubes in them. So I think I'll put that there. And this is my prompts. And last year I made pockets. Well, this year I may or may not make pockets. And this year, since this page is going to be a little bit empty, it's not going to have a pocket. I'll just put that there. And then I've got these 3 things, these stickers that I bought from the washi tape shop. And I'm going to put these on as the, what is it? Something associated with water. You don't necessarily see flowers in water. You wouldn't think of flowers being associated with water, but you have to have water to grow flowers. So that's why I'm using that. So I think we'll have it going something like that. I think that looks pretty good. I like it pretty well. Let's see if this one would look better down here. No, I like it this way. Okay, well, let's get to gluing. And I think I'm not gonna, yeah, I am gonna use this glue. So, what can I tell you since we last saw or heard each other? Let's see, when did I film last? Was it Thursday maybe? I don't even remember. But I think since I filmed last, I have gone to visit my little Ellie girl. She was very excited to see me. A little puppy dog. That looks like it could be crooked, but that's not unheard of with me. I do a lot of crooked gluing. She, Christine hadn't set up her whelping box yet, but she was in the process of getting that taken care of. She's got, actually, she has an entire room for Ellie. And she had a cat tree in there, and she was trying to figure out where to put the cat tree in her house. So I don't know what she decided on that. But, and then Saturday, I don't know if you are familiar with the restaurant Chatters. We have one here, not too far away from me, and I really like cheddars. I want to put the date here with this blue pen. So I went and picked up lunch at Cheddar's, and I also got an appetizer. So Saturday I ate the appetizer for my dinner. Sunday I ate half of the meal for my dinner, and today I'm going to finish it up. So I think I spent about $20 for 3 days worth of food, which isn't too bad, I don't guess. Not in the whole scheme of things anyway. I probably couldn't have fixed at home what I bought for the same amount of money. Here we go again, getting crooked. And then also Saturday, my youngest son, Corey, stopped by, and we played this board game. It's a marble game, and I remember it from when I was a kid because my uncle made us the board, and it's, in a way, it's kind of like Chinese checkers a little bit. I mean, it kind of resembles that in a way, but it's really more similar to something like Sorry, is what I've been told. I don't think I've ever played Sorry, so I really wouldn't know. But it's really fun. And you can play with 2 to 6 players. So if you play with 6 players, it gets a little confusing because there's so many marbles on the board. Okay, now let's see about getting this peeled off. How difficult is it going to be? I've never used washi tape, shop tape. Washi tape shop. I do have a pokey tool somewhere. Huh, where is it? Well, I got these tweezers, maybe that'll work. I've never used washi tape from the washi tape shop. There, that makes better sense. So I don't know here. Well, this may be very boring. Watch me try to do the washi tape. So I tried to work yesterday after Mass, and I was in the office for about 2 hours. I wasn't really working. I was talking to some people, and I finally ended up coming home because we're supposed to clock in on the internet, and I never could get clocked in. So I thought, well, this is kind of ridiculous. I think I've got it started. If I could just finish it here. There. Okay. That needs to go in the other container. So how are all of you doing? I hope you're doing well. Oh, something else I can tell you. We had snow when I woke up Saturday. We had probably about 2 inches of snow on the ground. And it was on, I've got a big row of pine trees in my yard, and it was on the pine boughs, weighting them down. It looked really pretty. All the grass was covered. I didn't look out front, so I don't know if the street was covered or not. But it looked really pretty. And later in the day when I looked out, there wasn't any snow on the street. And as the day went on, the snow melted on the pine boughs and fell off the trees. And then by the time I got out of Mass Sunday, there was no more snow on the ground. It was all gone. So that didn't last very long. But that's usually how it is this time of year. It doesn't last very long. We get snow. Our snow happens. The best chance of having snow and having it stay on the ground for any length of time is in mid-January through, during a normal winter, probably the middle of March. And that's pretty iffy. Probably more like the end of February. But for strange, unusual winters, like for instance, this winter of '78, we had a big old blizzard. We got 14 inches of snow. At the end of January, it was very, very cold. The river that runs through Indianapolis, the White River, was frozen solid, and there was still ice on the river in the middle of May. And I've never seen that happen before. So that was a pretty different year for us. My husband worked for the Indiana State Highway Department during that time. So fortunately, he wasn't there when the snow started, because the people that were snowed in for 2 days. But he couldn't get to work either. So he lost some pay. Okay, so there's that. I think that looks pretty nice. It doesn't look as full as I usually like to have them, but I think I'm not going to be able to make them as full as I like. So I'm going to date this. Let me put this in the trash before I lose it on the ground somewhere. Okay, so today is the 8th of January. I don't have anything to mark on. Oh, there we go. So 1/8/24. Okay, that's supposed to be metallic blue, and I guess it is. It looks kind of shiny. Maybe I'll date it over here too. 1/8/24. That looks better than this one here. Okay, we're done. We're done with that, the Margarete Miller challenge. So off to our next little project. We're going to, now we're going to work on Roxy's weekly challenge, the first one for 2024. And what she did, I've kind of prepared a couple of things. What she did was she she had time cards, and she had another thing. I can't think of what the other thing was. But it was the tall piece of cardstock, and it was about this size. So then the first thing I did was I inked up the sides of both of these cards. And then this is an antique book page. This piece of no, it's not a book page. She used book pages. This is music. This is a music page. The copyright on the book was 1890. Is that right? No, that's not right. 1911. This book was 1911. The copyright on this song is apparently 1903. The copyright on this book was 1890, I'm pretty sure. Sometime in the 1800s, either 1890 or 1899. So she used book page. I used music page. Then she put on, they were like little documents or something. I didn't use little documents. I used, well, I don't know what you'd call these. I suppose you could call them little documents. These are actually papers that I got from what's her name? Junk Journal Studio. So I'm not sure which one I want to go where. This is kind of green. They both have sort of a greenish color to them. I think I kind of like this one over here and this one over here. So let's go ahead and glue those down. I've inked around the edges, so we don't have to worry about that. I tried to get prepared ahead of time because I am a slow crafter. So anyway, I've got a couple over here that I've already done, and I'm making 6 all together. I got 2 Christmas ones. I got one that I want to use for St. Patrick's Day because I want to, at some point in time, maybe not this year, but sometime I'm going to make a St. Patrick's Day journal. And so I want to work on getting some ephemera built up for that. And then one of these I'm going to put in I've started a book of various projects that I've done so that I hopefully won't forget different things I've done and can redo them if I need to or want to somewhere down the line. And last year I did some of Roxy's weekly challenges. I didn't do them all. I would like to try and do most of them this year because I like the idea of getting ephemera pieces built up. Because it's really hard to do journals if you don't have any pieces ready. So that's what I want to try and do. I'll try and get pieces ready. Before I started moving my craft room from the upstairs to the downstairs. I was working on 3 fall journals. I had to put them on hold. And so I want to also make some fall ephemera. So we've got this. And the next thing she put on was, she used flowers. I've got 2 things of flowers here. These are her flowers. No, they aren't. I'm sorry, they're not her flowers. I don't know which one I like. This here is wider than this one. So I'd be cutting off some of that one. But I think this one goes with this paper better, the red. And I think this flower goes with this pink better. So I think that's how I'm going to put them. I'm going to put them like that. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Kind of glue covered. So another thing I can tell you is I canceled my last 2 physical therapy appointments because Ellie is supposed to be having her puppies this week sometime. And when she goes into labor, I told Christine I want her to call me. And I think I might get charged for my physical therapy directly if, you know, if I cancel like the day of or something like that. And I can't afford that. So, and plus, when I was there last, at my last visit, she did an evaluation and determined that I've made improvement. And that's primarily from the exercises I do at home, because, you know, I only go there twice a week. So I'm going to cut this off right here. Cut that. And cut this. Don't want that on there. There. Okay. And then this one here. I hope this doesn't tear up my glue stick. Got bunches of divots and stuff. Well, it's not doing too bad. So I get to go tomorrow and get my permanent crown put on. I think I told you all about me cracking my tooth and having to go to the dentist. So I did that before we went on vacation. And fortunately, I didn't lose my temporary crown while we were gone. Last time I had to have a temporary crown put on, I did lose it. But this time I fared better. Now, I'll rip that little leaf off. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter if I have to cut off from both edges. Now, she put a third, no, I guess it would have been a fourth piece on hers. She put a little label, or maybe it was just a word label up at the top, but I don't think I need a word label or any kind of label up there. I think those look pretty good, actually. Maybe something down here, but I don't want a word because I got words right here. So I was thinking maybe I could put, I like bows and ribbon. I thought maybe I could do that, but I'm not going to do that until I actually use these so that I know what I want, what color I want. Maybe I don't want a bow, maybe I want a ribbon, or maybe I want a bow and don't want a ribbon, you know what I'm saying? I also do this thing with ribbon where I just cut a couple of pieces and crisscross it here, and then put maybe like I have a punch that makes flowers, then maybe put that flower in the middle, or sometimes I'll put some bling in the middle, or maybe a combination of both. I might want to do that. So we'll just wait on anything like that until later. But we still have a couple things to do. One way she finished it was she finished it using a what are these called? An edge punch up at the top. So we're going to do that with this one. I'm going to have to stand. So see how pretty that is? Isn't that pretty? I think that's very pretty. So let's clean up our little mess here. Then the other way she finished him off was with she took this and she took a piece of like coffee dyed paper or something, Let me get this lined up here. And then she just took a pokey tool. I use this thing, this here crocodile. I hope I can do this. I usually have to, oh yeah, I think I can. I usually have to steady it up against my body, but I think I can do it this way. I'm steadying it against the table. There. That goes over there. And then, where'd my twine go? Oh, here it is. This is just the wax-coated thread that I use to bind my books with, my signatures. And I think she just tied a knot. But if I can, without too much difficulty, I'm going to tie a bow. Now, mind you, I might not be able to do that because my fingers don't want to work very often, very well. So far, so good. So this here piece of paper is just the last few bits of paper from a little paper pad that I had, that I copy dyed. And I got this little round pattern because the pan that I laid it on to copy dye it, it has these little round circles on it. I think that's kind of cool. Oh my gosh, I wasn't able to do it. I lost it somewhere. I thought I was going to be able to do it, but it didn't work. My fingers don't want to work. That wasn't too bad, as long as the bow looks okay. When we get done fooling around with it. Well, maybe that's going to be all right. But I figure if it doesn't look very good when I'm done with it, and when I want to put it in my journal, then I can just untie the bow and trim the little strings a little bit more. But I like bows, so I wanted to do a bow, and I think I like that right now. And there. So there's journaling space here on that, on the back of this. And then on the back of this, you can journal there. So, let me show you the other ones I did. So I have those two right there. I think they turned out pretty. And then I have this one here. It's another one made out of a guest check with a flower. And it has a bow too. Then here's a Christmas one. And this is a postcard. And it had this is actually a vintage postcard. It had a 3-cent stamp on it that was printed onto the postcard, and it was purple. You might recall those kind of stamps. Well, it didn't go with my little image here, my focal point. So I found this little 5-cent postage stamp, so I put that on there. And then it's the same paper pad, but those two have the polka dots on them. This one I had on a different pan, just a plain pan with no polka dots. And then here is another Christmas one, and I don't know what kind of card this is. It's got the it has the pretty edging. I think that's pretty. I had to cut off a number up here. The number was 317, which happens to be our area code. But I know this didn't have anything to do with an area code. I have no idea what this card is. It doesn't say on it anywhere. But I think it's pretty. And then this one here is the one that I want to use for St. Patrick's Day. And it does need something else. I don't want to put a label down here, so I'm thinking maybe I can find a shamrock or something to put down here. And then maybe I'll put a bow or a ribbon up here, or maybe the other way around. But it does definitely need something else. But I'll work on that when I put it in its journal. So those are our 6 pieces. And it wasn't too, it wasn't difficult to make any of these. The hardest thing was the bow. And as you saw, it wasn't too difficult. I was expecting to have much more difficulty than I did. So maybe you'll give this a try. They're fun. So next time I come back, we'll be working on the altered book again. We'll be doing, finishing up the last couple of pockets I made and gluing those down, and hopefully we'll be doing, tearing out more pages. And then I have had some comments about the type of book I'm using, and so I'm gonna have some comments about the type of book and that kind of thing, where you can get the original video that I looked at and that kind of stuff. So you all have a wonderful evening or day or whatever time of day you're looking at this. I hope it's wonderful the rest of your day. And we'll just be talking with you soon. You take care. Bye-bye.